And now a highlight from Animal Radio on iHeartRadio.
Oftentimes when Dr. Debbie and Lori and Judy come over my house, they say it's the Abrams Zoo. Because I have a few animals, just a few.
You've gotten better, but over the years you've had many animals.
Yeah, but it's nothing like the Abrams Zoo that we're going to find out about right now.
No relationship, though.
Absolutely no relationship. Okay. I'll tell you that right now.
Sure.
On TLC, there's a brand new program started last month. It's called Our Wildlife. It premiered in May, and it's about a family that has, I believe, 86 animals. And you were saying 40 earlier as we were teasing it. 80, according to this.
No, this one says they have 86 children, and 81 of them are animals.
Still more than 40. 81 animals.
Yes.
I saw the trailer for this program. Unfortunately, I've cut my cords and I don't get TLC. So I've seen the trailer, and it's craziness. There's animals like running over. They're in the kitchen, and there's all kinds of animals running around. I believe there was a horse running through the house. I think they have an alpaca. It's a truly amazing situation. And we go to the phones right now where Bobbie Jo Abrams is joining us. How are you doing, Bobbie Jo?
Doing good. Hope you are.
So are you at home right now?
I am in my car right now.
Okay. So how many animals? We're just debating here. Do you actually have a zoo license?
Yes, I do. I have a USDA license. I'm regulated by the state. And I do have a little exotic zoo in my backyard.
Exotic what was that?
Zoo.
A little exotic petting zoo.
Oh, so people can come over and pet the animals.
People do. We do tours every day.
Wow. So you let the animals in the house, it appears.
Yes, a lot of the babies start out in the house for socializing. I've got my fifth little marsupial on me today right now. I wear all the kangaroos on me the first 5 or 6 months, so I can bottle feed every 4 hours, and so that they're real socialized, so that when people come out and I share them, it's not stressful.
Where do these babies come from?
They come from all over. It depends on the situation. Some of them are rescues, and some of them are actually I purchased from breeders.
I gotta ask. So you're in Silver Spring, Maryland, right?
I'm in Pine Tops, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay.
Yes.
What's the climate like for a kangaroo in North Carolina? Is that an okay climate for them?
It is. Our summers are really hot. We have seasons. The weather's kind of all over the place, but the thing is, all the babies start out in the house. So that first year, they're with me. And then after that, they can acclimate. They acclimate fine, and in the winter they have heated houses and it snows in New Zealand. So in the winter, as they get, older, they're fine to be out. When they're babies in the beginning, they always are on me and they start out in the house.
Now, Bobbie Jo, I got to ask you, this is Dr. Debbie here. So what you do is amazing, but what do your friends and family think? When they come out, when you have like Thanksgiving, what happens? Like, do the animals all kind of cozy up to the food and sit at the table with you?
Well, no. Well, what we do, like babies, like let's say I have a baby kangaroo, all the marsupials I wear on me in a pouch. And if people are coming over, I just hang them on a chair or hang them on a doorknob, and like if it's cold, like say it's really cold outside, it depends on the weather sometimes on how we do things. But like the little lemur as a baby, he started out in the house, but he's got a really big cage. When I have guests over, he's in the cage. When guests aren't in the house, he has free reign and he can fly around. And then, I put him back up. But everybody has different interests, and that's a part of our family. It's a lifestyle, and, we keep our house is very clean. TV is, kind of over the top, so people think, sometimes they're like, oh, my gosh, it must be crazy. It's very clean. We keep everything clean and nice. I'm regulated by the state. They come out. You never know when they're coming. They pop in just like, a health inspector at a restaurant, and I've never had any problems. I'm in compliance with all the safety, all the laws, and it's just that I like mine socialized. Our whole concept is encounters. So like a regular zoo, you see the animals from a distance, but when you come here, I'd like to bring you in with the wolf, and I bring people in with the kangaroos. But if the kangaroos were raised by their actual kangaroo mom, you would never touch them because they would be too skittish. They would be afraid. But, you know, when you put that time in, then people come out, and it's the whole wow factor of that intimate, like, you know, the tours we do, I take people through. It takes about an hour and a half to meet everybody. But it's that one-on-one with exotics and all the animals that people wouldn't normally get to touch. Instead of seeing them from a distance, you can rub the camel and the zebra and you know, and some of them are, you know, we don't want people to think they're not. Some of them are ornery, and the ones that are, there's a lot of safety rules about them, and I just try to explain it to the children. It's just like boundaries, like, you know, and learning to respect boundaries. The earlier you learn that, we have to have that tool throughout our whole life. You know, if I kept touching your ears and you asked me 3 times to quit touching your ears, by the 4th time I might get what was coming to me, you know? So it's just a lot of common sense and a lot of love, and it's a family, you know, like, I mean, I'm not, you know, I faux painted for almost 15 years is how I raised my kids, but the last 7 years I've been doing the little zoo because my husband does big corporate picnics. He does the catering and amusements. And so every weekend, my daughters and I would do birthday parties, and every time I made money, I'd buy an animal.
Okay, hold on, Bobbie Jo. We got to take a quick break here. We are with Bobbie Jo Abrams from the TLC special, Our Wild Life. And she has 81 animals living with her. You thought your house was crazy. We'll be back, so stick around. It's Animal Radio, celebrating the connection with our kangaroos, our camels, our lemurs. Of course, I'm talking about Bobbie Jo Abrams from the TLC special, Our Wildlife. Now imagine this. She has 81 animals at her house. She has so many animals that the government had to license her.
When I got a USDA license, I was kind of on the radar for some exotics that were rescues. Wow. So that's how I got my camel, and a lot of then things started popping up that helped, you know, that was really great in that way. But what we do is they all have a story just like we do. You find out how they are. You pair up best friends. If somebody's being bullied, you move them. You know, you want harmony, you know, just like we do. And there's chemistry there, and you find out who loves each other. You find out who's grumpy and crotchy, and they're just like we are, you know. So a lot of them are neutered. There are some that I breed right now. My African crested porcupines, Spike and Sequilla, they're breeding right now, but a lot of them are neutered, and that's to eliminate, you know, any kind of dominance and stuff because we do so much sharing with people. But there are a few that have babies here, and it's just you know, it's just how we do it, you know. And I do want to let everyone know, you know, there are a lot of safety things that when people come out, you know, we have perimeter fences, and that's like an outside of the actual cage. And there are a lot of things like, you know, with the sloth, we have to explain, you know, how.
What was that? Sloths, did you say?
Yeah, we have sloth that lives in the house. But what I do is I have a really small tree, and after my tours, I bring her out to her tree, and that's where we share her.
Wow. So I guess you sound like a very big animal lover. So is the whole family on board?
Well, they really are. My one daughter, that's Cassie, that's 18. She loves them, but she's not over the top like my little boy and my oldest daughter are. So, you know, I don't push it on her. I let her be her own person, and she does great. We do camps every summer, and she does the music with the camps. And that's really sweet because that's kind of her thing. And so I let her teach the music. So, you know, there's always, we find out, you know, everybody's good at some things and what they aren't good at. I tried not to push it because when I pushed it, you know, I didn't want her to feel like it was a job, you know. So we let her kind of do her own thing, but she's really helpful, and she doesn't mind. Like today, she did a lot of cleaning for me, and she's really good on. There's always a job, so if she doesn't want to do something specifically with the animals, there's so many things she can do. So we just try to, you know, there's lots of needs every day, and it's just like any other family. We assess the needs, and we get through it, and then when everything's nice, then we can have fun and do what we want to do.
So that's, to run in something like this with all these animals has got to be just extremely expensive. How can you afford taking care of everybody?
Well, it is, but in the very beginning, when I first started, we would go to the dump and get old decks for the goats' playground. I would go to yard sales. I put ads out and bought old playhouses that kids had, and people would donate things when they know me, and you just get a reputation for it. You know, I mean, we're a small town, so people, everyone gets to know each other, and so people have been so loving and kind, and they would reach out and say, well, my little girl outgrew her playhouse, and so I want to donate this to the kangaroos. And since I so painted, I fixed all the little houses up really, really cute, and that was kind of our theme. When people come out, they love the way the animals live.
Yeah.
And so that was a big thing, is just making it like their homes are really cute, adorable.
What's your favorite animal? I mean, I'm sure they're all like family. And what's the most bizarre one, and what's your favorite one there?
Yeah, of course, I love every single one of them. My favorite is the kangaroos, and it's just because I can't help but to, when you keep them on you for month after month after month, and I get up through the night and bottle feed, and you get real attached, and they follow me everywhere I go. So, but then of course, my camel now, he's getting really big, but when he came, he was less than 4 foot tall. He was 20 days old. He weighed 80 pounds, and I bottle fed him, and he's really, really loving and sweet too.
Is he allowed in the house?
No.
Okay.
He did come in the house as a baby just as a joke because I wanted a picture.
Oh, okay.
But that was it. I mean, now he's tremendous. He's like my dinosaur. But,
Bobbie Jo, we are so out of time, but I want to thank you so much for coming on the air with us today.
Thank you.
Check it out on TLC. It's called Our Wild Life.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, there are so many things going on there.
Oh, my God. Sorry, I just spit on the microphone.
I'm not sure if I should be excited for this gal or not.
You're listening to Animal Radio. Visit us at animalradio.com or download the Animal Radio app for iPhone and Android.